Hi, welcome to the second kit review of the evening. This is a kit I recently got from Airfix. It's in fact you may even still be able to get it at the special price of $8.99. I think the RRP is about £20, so it's quite good. Airfix British Forces 1/48 scale for the Assault group. Basically, you've got a number of figures, 8 figures in fact, and you've got a jackal there that you can build. Obviously this kit being a sort of set includes paint, glue and brushes. It's kind of a bit of a different kit for me. I don't generally build armour, but I fancy something a bit different, and I've also got, which I think I've mentioned already in another video, I've got the Lynx army helicopter, so I'm probably going to do some sort of diorama with this at some stage. But the point of this is the review, so let's crack on. You've got some pictures on the side here of what you get. It's 2 flying hours, skill level 3 kit. Actually gives you the length here. Pieces count, which is you've got 46 pieces for the 8 figures, plus it looks like you've got some machine gun here and fire extinguisher. You've then got for the jackal, you've got 123 pieces, and it gives you the length of 125 millimeters, a width of 50 millimeters. Kit number A50124. Bit of warning information on here. Looks like we've got some Cartocraft decals here, so that's good. Right, let's crack the box open and see what we get. Oh, sorry, didn't show you the back. Here we got what looks to be a photograph of the actual made-up kit with your figures, which is great because you get some crew figures for the actual vehicle, as well as some additional guys. There's a bit of information on it as well, a bit of spec on the actual vehicle. Top speed 80 miles per hour on the road, 49 miles per hour across country, and there's various height, weight, length, width of the real vehicle, what it carries, a grenade launcher, machine gun, etc. Okay, so we've got, well, that's a side opening box here. It does come in a tray, which is nice, so that's good. We've got one bag for the vehicle, usual Airfix grey plastic. We've got the figures, which seem to be in this strange brown, which I've not seen before from Airfix, but we'll see what they're like. And we've got a small decal sheet. And we've got paint brushes and paints here. I'm not really going to open these. I think you can use the Humboldt paints. I think with care they can actually, they're quite good. They're not the best, but if you were new to the hobby, they'd probably do the job. The brushes here I've used before. They're not much good, to be honest. They're not brilliant, but a couple of spare brushes to be used for mixing paint or something else, I'm sure. And the poly cement, yeah, pretty much gets shoved in a drawer. I've got, I don't know, a dozen tubes of this probably floating around somewhere that I've never used. Instructions. Okay. Only see the 2 languages on the front here, English and, I guess that's French. Usual sort of stuff here. Airfix Club. Assembly instructions, the languages, sorry, carry on inside for the description. Usual assembly icons. We start off with the actual assembly of the figures. As you can see, the figures actually, most of them are in at least 4 parts, various poses, so that's good. We've then got the crew figures. Seems to be obviously a knack to fitting them by the looks of things. It says it is not possible to fully assemble the driver, passenger and top gunner figure from this set and then fit them into the fully assembled Jackal. That's going to be interesting. The figures and vehicle must be built up together as indicated in the figure assembly instructions. Okay, so that's going to be a bit of a pain, but I'm sure we can get around that. Obviously you're going to have to sort of paint them and then assemble them actually in the vehicle, so that will be a bit of a challenge to get the painting right. It's obviously quite detailed instructions of how to put them in together there. You've then got a nice colour call out for the, sorry, let's open this up a bit here so we can see. Nice colour call out for the painting of the figures, which is good, including the accessories. There's a sort of close up of what the camouflage pattern should look like. Again, really handy. And then we go straight onto the vehicle itself. We're going to start really with this sort of axles, gearboxes and stuff, I imagine, and stuff like that. The engine, probably, if there is an engine, doesn't look like there is. We then go on to the main sort of cab, and I should imagine this will come together quite quickly. Seats, wheels, so on and so forth. More seats, various bits and pieces. There we go. I mean, if we just go through this, it's fairly straightforward. Again, what's nice with these new Airfix instructions, although these are not the sort of two colour tone ones that we're now seeing, they're detailed enough but without being too complex. Each stage is pretty laid out pretty neatly and easily to sort of follow, and the placement of the parts is it's fairly specific. Some instructions, it's quite difficult sometimes to figure out where you have to place various components or sub-assemblies, and this is quite nicely detailed here. There's quite a lot of sections. We've got 60 sections to build up the actual vehicle, so it's quite a complex build. Nice looking machine gun there, hopefully the part will be good. And there's a picture of the final finished model. Painting guide on the back, which is nice. Obviously decal placement, not going to be a lot of decals here. It looks like we do actually get some decals for the instrument panel. It says here, I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, I've got a terrible shadow here, I'm going to have to work on this. There's a dashboard there, and obviously there's some decal placement there. I'll quickly go through the actual decals here. Not a lot, really. They're a bit shinier than some, actually. The last ones we looked at, maybe they're not much different, actually. I think it's just the paper. There's nothing to write home about, I don't think, but they'll do the job, I'm sure. There's obviously not a lot there, but they look fine. You've got some, as I say, you've got some instrument decals here, which is good. Let's start with the figures. Slightly different plastic, I'd say, to the normal Airfix plastic. It feels more rigid. It's not as, the grey plastic seems to be a bit more flexible. These feel a bit more rigid. They look pretty good. The detail, the 148, the detail of the detail looks pretty good. Really picking that up there. It's pretty good. You've got machine gun there. Doesn't appear to be any flash. They're generally pretty good, I would say, looking at those. If we focus in, let me come in a bit closer for you. Yeah, that's it. That's better. Which is nice. The actual hands look reasonable. I find sometimes on figures the hands look a bit odd. All heads seem quite small, but maybe they are in scale to the bodies. Detail on the face there is pretty good. Generally, yeah, they're good, nice. Odd type of plastic for Airfix, but strange that they've used a different type, but it's I'm sure it'll be fine. They all look nice. Put that back in here. And then the main vehicle comes all in one bag again. Fairly typical for Airfix, really. Just be careful there's any bits that have come loose. I'm going to just come back out of here a bit. I'll start with this one. There's actually 3 runners in the box. We start with the main part of the body. There's a lot of raised rivets here, fine, recessed, raised rivets here too. That doesn't look right to me. It looks like that part maybe it's got bent, unfortunately, in the packaging, which is a bit of a shame. I would imagine it should be the same as this bit on the right. But the detail is lovely. There's really very nice detail here. Hopefully you can see that. No flash that I can see. No nasty sink marks anywhere. All really good. No, that looks nice. Let's go up here. I'll come back out a bit. We've got the wheels. Nicely detailed 2-part wheels, I think. That's the instrument panel there. Probably work quite well with those decals, although obviously if you want to paint them, it's all raised detail there, so it should, a bit of dry brushing should be quite good. Again, this doesn't appear to have any flash or any horrible sink marks in it. There are some sink marks, sorry, the ejection pin marks. I don't think they'll be seen though. The detail on some of these parts is very, very good. Really, really nice. As I say, if you like military vehicles, the kit for $8.99 is pretty good value. Nice detail on the tyres there. Looks good. Okay, let's have a look at this next part. Put that out of the way. Right, the last sprue. It's going to come back out for the moment. Again, you know, looking at this, there's no flash on it whatsoever. We've got nice sort of raised rivet detail here on the parts. The machine gun itself looks pretty reasonable for the scale. Just come in a bit more again, we go through the parts here. There you go, you can see you've got a couple of machine guns there, they look nice. All very, very detailed. There doesn't appear to be any horrible injection pin marks again anywhere on these that I can see at the moment. No, that's a nice little kit. Should go together hopefully quite well, and it's nicely detailed. So yeah, it's good. And as I say, at the price, I don't think that's a bad buy. Okay, cool. Well, I think that wraps it up. Cheers for watching. Thank you.